The National Hot Rod Association welcomes racing fans back to the drag strip at the Auto Club Raceway. The 62nd annual Lucas Oil NHRA Winternationals opens the 2022 season with head-to-head clashes between dragsters capable of going from 0 to 100 in less than a second and reaching speed stopping 300 miles per hour. In Pomona, California, our EBC Los Angeles team with this story.
Racing is back. We're talking nitrous guzzling, bone jarring action returning to thrill NHRA fans.
Familiar drivers and crews report to the Auto Club Raceway at Pomona, with a few of them rolling out changes for the new season.
One such team to do this comes from Toyota Racing.
This is our debut race with it here in Pomona. We did some preseason testing with it earlier the beginning of the year in Florida. Then we ran last week in Phoenix with it and ran some really good numbers in preseason testing. One of my best runs at 3.86 seconds at over 334 miles an hour. For those that aren't familiar with a nitro funny car, they produce upwards of 11,000 to 12,000 horsepower, with 0 to 330 plus miles an hour in 3.8 seconds. So I like to think that we now have the world's quickest and fastest Toyota GR Super. As a kid, I always drove dragsters all the way up until, my late 30s, basically. So all those characteristics you learn, and then you hop into a funny car, which is shorter wheelbase, heavier. The engine's in front of you. They don't have as much downforce as a dragster. It takes a whole new driving style that I basically had to kind of relearn how to drive again. You've got to be more aggressive with the steering wheel at times compared to the dragster because they're so much longer. But they are harder, I think, and challenging, but at the same time, they're a whole lot of fun. Not that dragsters aren't fun, I just think that the Ds are totally different, and I enjoy the challenge that they bring. People always ask me, what my daily driver is. Do I have some sort of hot rod? But once I got that GR Super, it's nice to just cruise in. I just recently moved to Florida, so I like cruising along the beach and that thing, like getting people, like I said, waving to you, thumbs up and stuff like that. So when this thing goes 330 miles an hour, I want to go home and just relax and not be in a hurry,
For a drag racer, being in a hurry is measured at hundreds of miles per hour in less seconds than you can count on one hand.
Sometimes you get in the car and you're just really calm, cool, collected, and sometimes you get in the car and you just have adrenaline running through you. There's a lot of just different situations that arise throughout the year of, between qualifying and testing and racing and then final rounds and depending on who you're racing. And so there's a lot of things that go on throughout the year. Obviously it's a great feeling to go 330 miles an hour and accelerate, 0 to 100 in less than a second, 6 Gs. It's a pretty incredible feeling. A lot of races separated by thousandths of a second. So in our sport, there's no do-overs. So everything matters from the time you hit the gas to the time you shut the car off. Every turn of the wheel is just ways to slow yourself down. So you really try to be as smooth as possible and as quick as possible. And when you're separated by thousandths of a second, one false move or one bad move or one mechanical error will cost you the race. This team's a great team. The DHL crew has been together for a couple years. We've had a couple little changes in the off season, brought in a couple people that we feel can really help the organization. And then obviously with Toyota Gazoo Racing, we have a lot of support from them. We have crew chiefs between the DHL Funny Car, DHL Dragster, and the Mac Tools Dragster. They relay information back and forth. So there's a lot of brain trust that goes on and a lot of information that gets passed throughout the three teams throughout the day. But at the end of the day, it's one big team, and hopefully we're able to accomplish some big things at the end of the year. A little different from the last couple of years. So it's obviously good to get everybody back out to the races, enjoying it, and having a beautiful day out here, and get back to what we love, and that's watch fast race cars and for us to go fast.
Going fast is the name of the game for both seasoned pros and junior drag racers looking to be the future of the NHRA.
We're having the juniors display our cars, as you can see, to just spread the word about junior drag racing and broaden the whole program. Our cars, it's very, very consistent. So if we want to turn 790, it'll run like 790 or anywhere around that. Makes like mid 50 horsepower. I'm pretty sure it's like 500 cc's. It's crazy, it goes fast. I wanted to change the car to be more me, but everyone started complimenting how nice it looked, how sparkly it was. And then I seemed to fall in love with like the orange and the gold and the sparkles and the flames. So now it just became a part of me. Like orange is now one of my top favorite colors. If you look, like all the cars are blue or white. My car's different and it pops.
The 62nd annual Lucas Oil NHRA Winternationals kicks off a drag racing season which, when experienced in person, creates a markedly different kind of sensation.
When you're in the stands, you feel the rumble underneath you, and you feel the power, and that's a part of the attention draw that I think a lot of people come back is because of that, and being able to come into the pits and see the drivers, see the crew, see them tear apart a motor, down to a bare block, put it back together in an hour, and fire it back up and go out there and make another run. So they're able to stand behind us when we warm it up, and they're able to smell the nitro and get a little bit of that burn of the nitro sensation. So like I said, it's the atmosphere that's what sells the ticket.
Once we hit the throttle with 11,000 horsepower, it's like a small earthquake. For those that haven't been out here, like you see them jump off the ground almost. It's a pretty cool experience. I've never seen someone come out here for their first time and say they didn't enjoy it. They always come back and tell their friends, and that's what it's all about.
The road between season opener and the championships in November is a long one.
But as long as there's engine roaring, smoke billowing driving, then drag racing fans are more than up for it.
Evan Allen, Eagle News, Los Angeles.